Okay. Hey, Abby. Yep, more Myst. I've been on a puzzle adventure kick lately. Okay. Alrighty. And it turns out the Myst series lineage gets weird past Riven. Things get complicated on the developer and publisher side. Hey, money, it's you, Colin. But I did like 3 more than 1 and 2, so. A Quest 2? Nice. I would recommend like looking around for like a used Quest 2, because I know they dropped the price new to 200, which the pricing history for the Quest 2 is really weird, because it launched at 250, I want to say, and then they raised the price by $100 during the pandemic because they could, and then the Quest 3 came out, and then they temporarily lowered the price by $50, I want to say. And then recently in the last week or so they dropped it to $199. So it's always weird, but like, yeah, you can probably get one secondhand for maybe $100. Like, I haven't checked secondhand pricing in a while. But if you do that, you need to factor in buying a replacement gasket that goes around the front of the headset. Because that's the part that gets nasty. So this bit here, this silicone thing, the one on the Quest 2 isn't that great anyways. So you're gonna want to upgrade that to like a decent silicone one. I haven't done it with any of my headsets yet because I haven't really been using my Quest 1. I had a Quest 1, Quest 2, and now Quest 3. And for the most part, I haven't been using it like for long enough periods of time to need to do that. I use my Pimax headsets for like long duration VR. But now that I'm using my Quest 3 more often, I probably am going to spend the $20 or so to get like a better facial interface, I guess. And yeah, the other VR thing that is kind of annoying to me is that I've had this thing for a while, this Pimax Crystal, about $2,000 headset, everything, all considered, all taxes, shipping, fees, and all that. It's got a battery pack inside of it, as well as a cable that you have to hook it up to it. It's pretty heavy because it has to have the battery pack in it, and it's got a bunch of cooling shit in here. And then a few days ago, the company that makes this, Pimax, announced that, hey, we're making a version of this, except it's $700 rather than $2,000, and it doesn't need the battery pack or any of this cooling stuff in it, but it's otherwise identical. So it's like there's a far superior version of this available now for a fraction of the price. And I really wish they had done that rather than doing the one that I got, because they put on all this extra shit into the one that I have because they wanted to compete with the Quest. They wanted it to be standalone, like you can unplug the display port, and then developers will make Quest style stuff for it, but there's maybe a dozen stuff available for the standalone stuff, and it's all like asset flips. It's nothing you'd actually want is available on the Quest Crystal standalone thing. So they ended up announcing and are going to release in a few months the product that they should have had a year plus ago. So that's annoying. And it's even more annoying, I was thinking like, okay, if I'm going to just use my Quest 3 for VR stuff now, I should probably just sell my Pimax Crystal, because I paid $2,000 for it, and it's literally collecting dust on my shelf. But now this new thing is out, and it's now made this headset worth considerably less than what it would have otherwise been. Realistically, secondhand, I probably would have gotten maybe $1,000 for it. And now, shit, you can get a brand new, better version for $700 now. So now I'm thinking, oh, maybe I'll just hang on to the one that I have, I guess, if the value's going to drop that much. So it is really nice for simulator stuff, though. So that's like a reason to hang on to it. And there's also an upgraded version of that coming soon too, around the same time as the cost reduced one that's coming. That's 4K per eye. The one that I have is 2880 by 2880, and the new one that's coming out is 3880 by 3880. Micro headset. I probably couldn't do better than their own engineers did. There's a lot of weird stuff that has to go into making VR work properly, and if even one thing is slightly off, like you're the mayor of Barftown in whatever experience you're trying to have. So no, I don't think I could do that. But you know, this might just be my simulation VR headset, and then my Quest 3 will be my general purpose VR headset. I don't know. It would be nice if there was something a little bit better from Quest. Because as great as a Quest is, there are a lot of things that could be better on it. But it's getting there. The gap has considerably narrowed in the years, so we'll get there eventually. And then there's also the Apple thing, which is its own separate thing. I'm not paying $3,500 for the Apple Vision Pro. God. And of course, like, the only people that I've seen that own those are like tech reporters, tech journalists, and complete tool bags. I haven't seen anybody that I have any respect for own one of those things yet. So maybe I shouldn't get one. I'll stick with my Quest. It's almost as bad as being caught in public with a wearing a Quest headset, you know. Almost, but I thought about the other day of like, I have some stuff in the works, stuff in the pipeline. Maybe I should get the Apple Vision Pro thing, just for stuff in the future, but ain't no way am I paying that much money for it. Ain't no way. Like, maybe if it goes on sale, but it's an Apple product, so that's not happening. And it's not like you can buy them secondhand either, because I don't know if y'all know this, but as part of the ordering process for the Apple Pro or the Vision Pro, you have to go to an Apple store. They have to scan your face. You have to take an eye test, I think, at the store, and they custom make the headset to your face. So even if you get one, you can't take it off and go like, "Here, person, come check out the amazing thing." Aeropuri. Well, 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours is a low battery life. My Quest 3, when I was streaming part 1 of Seventh Guest, was at 20% battery after 60 minutes of streaming. So this gets even less battery than that. And then if you want this thing, which has similar specs to the Apple Vision Pro, this battery pack which they give you 2, which is nice. This battery lasts about an hour and 20 minutes. So 2 hours with Apple's hardware, that's actually an improvement. That's actually an improvement. So that's how it is. Yeah. Well, here's the even dumber thing about the Pimax is that the Pimax is literally wired. You have to use this thing wired, even if you're doing PC VR. And even then, it drains the battery. Like, God. Because they made some interesting engineering choices when they did the Pimax. So I'm glad that they're doing a revision of the Pimax crystal, but I can't end up feeling like can't help but feel like a beta tester for their products. So it is what it is, and you pay $2,000 for the privilege. God. But yeah, it's VR. It's still early-ish days for VR. It is what it is. It comes with the experience, you know. Okay. That said, let's play some Myst, shall we? Myst 4 Revelation, PC 2004 puzzle game developed by Ubisoft Montreal and published by Ubisoft and Cyan Worlds as co-publishers. So I don't know the business reasons behind all of this. I have a feeling Cyan maybe got acquired by Ubisoft at one point, but 93 was Myst 1, and that was published or developed by Cyan. And I was watching a documentary and an interview about Myst 1, and apparently the Japanese company Sunsoft actually bankrolled Myst 1. So that's why like the console releases of Myst were actually published by Sunsoft of all people. Because Cyan's publisher at the time, Broderbund, didn't believe in the project, so Sunsoft actually put up the money for Myst 1 to happen. And then Riven, the sequel to Myst, which was the sequel to Myst, was 97 or so, I think. And that was also published, developed and published by Cyan. And then Myst 3, the game I streamed about a week or so ago, that one was developed by Presto Studios, which is not Cyan. For whatever reason, the development deal for making the third Myst game went to Presto Studios, and I didn't look into why that they did that, or why that happened, but it did. Like maybe the Ubisoft acquisition happened around that time, and the Myst 3 had the meme of the 5 Ubisoft logos in the title screen of the game. So that's probably making more sense than why that task was given to them. And then for Myst 4 Revelation here, we're just going full Ubisoft for in-house development and publishing for this one. I really like the changes that they made gameplay-wise for Myst going from Riven to Myst 3. I have heard less good things about Myst 4, but there is some promising things that I saw in the back of the box and in the manual for this one that score some points with me anyways. So, Myst 4 Revelation exclusively on digital video disc. Most impressive is that every scene looks like a moving photograph of a magical, mysterious place, says Time magazine. Renowned font of knowledge for video games, Time magazine. WinMac DVD ROM software, T for teen. I don't know why a Myst game would get a T rating, but they sure did. That's true, they do know photographs. And of course, Ubisoft. Betrayal, mystery, adventure, truth. At the heart of every family lie secrets that must come to light. Alright. Unravel an intricate mystery Solve elusive puzzles and enlist the help of other characters as you uncover secrets left buried since the original Myst. Live-action cutscenes draw you deeper into labyrinthine plot. So interacting with other characters, not something you really did in the 3 Myst games that preceded this one. It's mostly been you against the environment and the puzzles in the first 3 games, and then occasionally having talks with, it's usually a one-way talk of another character talking at you, and occasionally being murdered by another character in Myst 3 Exile. But for the most part, you're on your own in the Myst games. So it sounds like they're trying to work in more NPC interaction for this one. Adventure through rich and vital worlds. Myst's astonishing new visuals will enthrall you with opulent landscapes brimming with life. Interact with the environment that surrounds you and become part of the mystery. So Myst 1, pretty much devoid of life for pretty much all of it, just because of technical limitations. Riven had a lot more of wildlife in the areas, and for the most part, Myst 3, with the exception of one island, everything else is barren. The one island being the one that was just a big tree and you had to solve all these biological based puzzles. But it sounds like they're trying to work in a lot more life into this one than previously we saw in other ones. Original music by Jack Wall and music for the Portal to Serenia by Peter Gabriel. Drift away with the ambient soundtrack composed by Jack Wall and a special contribution by the world-renowned artist Peter Gabriel. All right, so Peter Gabriel did a track for this game. Sure, I know that name. I recognize that name from Mal Mythology. Bring along a guide. Take advantage of the optional multi-layered help system, including illuminating flashbacks of previous Myst episodes and an intuitive zip mode that transports you from place to place. So zip mode is not new. The flashbacks, that makes it sound like things that happened in Myst 1, Riven, the sequel to Myst, and Myst 3 Exile that you need to know for this game, that you need context in order to solve things in this game, or it's just for lore. I don't know. It could just be a lore thing. All right. Record your discoveries. Capture clues by taking original photographs of Myst's lush environments and keep track of your explorations in your in-game journal. So this is the part that gives me hope for this one. I am hoping that I will not need to use my stylus or my notes or my phone's camera for this playthrough. I'm going to do my best to use only the in-game notes system to solve this game. Like there was certainly the capabilities to have something like that in Myst 3, to have an in-game screenshot system or an in-game notes thing, even on the console version. And I'm glad that they seem to have implemented something like that in this one. Hey, Myts. Were hotlines dead by then? Yeah, they might as well have been. Like, I switched over entirely to, like, message boards in around 2000 or so. So this was 2004. So maybe they kept the hotline up for hints and tips by then, but kind of the time of hotlines passed in like the PlayStation era in the late 90s, let's say. Because I remember going to paid bulletin boards for Sierra games in the mid 90s, let's say, maybe in like 95, 96, where it's like accessing a terminal. Essentially, it's a DOS prompt that you log on to, and then you just pick from options there, like, what do you want to hint on? Do you want to hint on this part of the game, this part of the game, this part of the game? And then you go in there, get your hints, and then they bill your phone company however long it took for you to get that info or whatever. So that's how that works back then. All right, Myst 4 Revelation will be the best looking and most dynamic game in the series so far, says Andrew Parker GameSpot. All right, I hope so. It's Myst 4. Buried lies, sinister truths. Full of beauty and curiosities, familiar to the franchise's old guard and addictive to the series' new players. All right. Piece together a shattered past in Myst 4 Revelation, the next chapter in the greatest adventure saga of all time. I don't know about that. You'll travel through environments pulsing with life to uncover a treacherous scheme involving two of Myst's most sinister villains. So that's probably the brothers, Atris's two sons, that did a lot of really fucked up things, it turns out, in Myst 3 Exile, and we had to pay the price for that in Myst 3, and so did Atris. All right, mystrevelation.com. I don't know if that site's still up. Probably is for 2004. Ubi.com, developed and published. 2 DVDs, Bink Video, QuickTime, Cyan. Supported, like this is super blurry, but supported video cards at time of release. That's how you know this is an early 2000s PC game, when they have to list out like, oh, the NVIDIA GeForce 1234 FX, the Matrox Paralia, the Intel something or other that I can't see, ATI Radeon 7000 to 9900 or better, it looks like. Laptop models, take a guess, flip a coin, you never know. And then here is what the 2 DVDs look like for this one. So I don't know if this is one of those deals where like the one on the left is the install disc and then this is the play disc. I have a feeling because there's so much video in this, they're probably both play discs, and there was like minimal things that were actually installed. One of the neat things that I gathered from the interview about the making of Myst 1 is that based off of the limitations of QuickTime when they originally did Myst 1, they had to cache a lot of the sound effects on the hard drive temporarily, because otherwise, like, the videos wouldn't play with the sound also playing, and there was a lot of weird stuff they had to do to make that game even work. So I posted that in the thread that's on Discord for this one, the full interview with Rand Miller, the co-creator of Myst, for that one, and it's an interesting watch. It's almost 2 hours long, and it's really in depth. So I highly recommend it. It's part of Ars Technica's War Stories video series, where they have interviews with developers of games from long ago, and they're all very interesting. Okay, so let's hop in here. So as always, I have never played this game before. This is all new to me. Please do not spoil or backseat me. Alright, should get video here in a second. Yep. There's that Ubisoft. Team Revelation.
For 20 years, I've harbored a secret.
That's Rand Miller, by the way.
Talk about my sons and the evil things they did. Yet still I remain strangely mute. Do not discuss my own actions that day, or the rage I felt when I burned the 2 linking books that had snared them. Some people believe my sons died in those fires, but the truth is, they did not. You're the only one I can confide in, my friend. So I'm asking you to come to Tamara. There are things I must tell you about my sons.
Okay. All right, there we go. It's weird seeing. Hold on, I gotta turn on my fan. It's weird seeing Myst in higher than 10 FPS video. It is an odd sight. Okay. All right. First things first, we gotta get captions turned on here. Cursor color. Okay. You can change the shade of your hand. All right, we'll leave it on default. Right-handed or left-handed cursor? What? Transparency, speed, camera speed. So I'm assuming this is also like the 360 camera of Myst 3. All right, audio options. Turn music sound effects on and off. How often do you hear music? We want all the music. Give me all of that. Game options. Toggle zip mode. You can click on the zip icon to return to places you've already visited. I usually start off the game with this turned off. So I'm going to have that off. Subtitles on. Go to help map. During the game, if you get stuck on a puzzle, you can get help by consulting the help map. And of course, it's the fucking Prima Games logo. Okay. Is this gonna... Did they put a fake Prima guide into the game? Alright. So what is this? Go to help. I don't know what the deal is with these two different things here, but sure, okay. Alright, graphical options. So I cranked up the resolution here to 1024 by 768. You also got 800 by 600 and 640 by 480, but we have a beefy machine here. We have a GeForce FX 69 something. We got all the sound blasters, so I cranked this bitch up. Brightness, contrast, we'll just leave that as it is for now. You can turn up gamma if needed. Toggle special immersive effects. You can disable this option if the mouse movements are not fluid. That means your FPS is low. This option will disable or enable many visual animations like trees and birds that add immersive feelings to the game. Okay. Toggle water effects. So turn this off if the water is taking your FPS. Toggle depth of field effect. Camera focus effect based on the distance of objects. Okay. Like this is might as well be the bloom option for 2004. But I'll leave all this as it is. We'll get the full glory of this. So quit, credits, resume, new, load, save options. All right, let's do it. Oh man.
This part's really, really cool if you're not afraid of tight spaces. Dad and me aren't, but sometimes Mom has to close her eyes when I'm driving. I think she's not home right now, because I never could have picked you up by myself if she were.
Alright.
Hey, is that a new image recorder you've got? How cool. And you know, I know the perfect spot to use it.
This is the tutorial.
Hang on.
Let's go. Let's go. We finally reached the age of tutorials built into games rather than relying on the manual. That waterfall could have been better. Okay, that's a good waterfall. The other one, not so good. Alright, is this tutorial?
Isn't Tamana pretty from here? I remember some of the other times you visited us. You've always liked stopping here. It's one of my favorite spots, too. Go ahead. Take a picture.
Alright. This is giving me Wing Commander vibes. Okay.
What's wrong? Don't you want to take a picture right now?
No.
Go ahead.
No. Oh, okay. So just moving the mouse to the corners of the screen turns it.
I get it. You don't want to keep my dad waiting.
Okay, God, hold on, kid.
He did seem pretty anxious for you to arrive.
I'm clicking on the photo button.
Okay, then let's go.
Oh my God. Okay. Did I get a manual for this? I did not get a manual for this because I assumed I wouldn't need one. All right. Well then.
I'll tell Dad you're here. Come on.
Okay. So if you right click anywhere, it'll pan the camera over to it and then it will lock onto your hand. Okay. Look at these birds. Alright, so if I left click on the camera, so there's that. Okay, and then we can, oh man, it's got this barrel distortion effect and okay. Alright, so if I just left click, okay. I don't know if there's a way to delete pictures. Okay, so we can bring it up like that, and then butts. Sure. Can I delete text? I can. Okay, so I can do that. All right. Very good. So that's the... Okay, that's the delete button, and it looks like it's... it just immediately deletes it. Okay, so that button I don't want to accidentally press. Okay. So did the arrow keys do anything? Numpad. 6, 7, 8. Escape. Okay, so only the escape key works for that. All right, and then the most important question of all: are save games in chronological order or alphabetical order? Like in Myst 3, which was just the dumbest possible way to do it. Okay, so we got a little security camera. So I think this hand is actually like polygonal 3D. All right. Okay. So there's probably some stuff in here that I want to take a picture of, but first I want to see if they did the thing. Oh, it puts a timestamp on it. Okay, but it's the timestamp is the day and not like you think minutes and hours would make more sense. And there's a limit to how many characters you can put into there. Great. Cool. They have all this room here to put in more information about your save, but they don't use it. Great. Okay. So I'm just going to assume that I'm going to have to continue numbering my saves. Okay. Okay. Alright, let's go through your stuff, Atris. Alright, we could just kind of tap on everything. Alright, sure. Okay, and if you right click, it takes you out. Okay, that's a neat touch that as you tap on stuff, it makes different noises based off of the surface. Like that's probably going to be a puzzle solution at some point. And you need to be able to hear the difference between tapping sounds. Which is a good thing and a bad thing, because it's another one of those things where, like, if you were colorblind, good luck solving the first big puzzle in Myst 3. Because it is a nothing but a color puzzle. And then Myst 1 had a music puzzle that if you're hard of hearing or deaf, good luck doing this puzzle. And it might be the same thing here, unless they have captions for stuff like that. Alright. Okay, I should probably just... advance the plot here. I doubt any of this is critical stuff. Yeah. There he is.
Hello, my friend.
It's Rand Miller.
So you made it in one piece, so Isha's driving wasn't too erratic, I hope. Well, you're probably wondering why I asked you, and the truth is I need your help. As you know, my sons, Cirrus and Achenar, were trapped 20 years ago after they destroyed many of the ages I'd written. At the time, Catherine and I decided to leave them imprisoned, because we'd hoped it might reform them. And now Catherine believes our son should be released. But I need an objective opinion.
Okay.
I must find out if either Cirrus or Achenar deserve to be freed, and you're the only one we can trust. Remember my old crystal viewer? I've made some changes to it, and I haven't yet calibrated its sound component. It'll actually be quicker if we can do this together, and I can show you the two prison ages before we link to them. So if you step to the panel behind you, we can begin.
He's gonna send me to book jail, isn't he? By accident. Alright, so this is the first proper puzzle, probably.
Okay. I'm going to transmit a waveform that's being generated by the first prison age. It will appear as a yellow line in your right-hand monitor. Here it comes. In order to hear Haven, we must manipulate the blue line until it exactly matches that waveform. The blue line is the result of two combined signals, which we'll manipulate separately using the 3 dials, amplitude, frequency, and phase. But first, we have to select a signal to manipulate, so move the slider left or right.
Okay, that's the button. That's the slider.
Now turn the leftmost dial to adjust the signal's amplitude or volume. Try adjusting the amplitude.
Oh my god.
More amplitude. The amplitude's pretty close now. Now turn the dial on the far right to adjust the signal's phase. Farther to the right. Try selecting a different signal. Try moving the slider to select a different signal. Try the amplitude. That's the leftmost dial. The volume sounds pretty good. Try turning the center dial to adjust the signal's frequency. Got it. Hang on a second, I'll lock in the adjustments and send you the waveform for Spire, the second prison age. Here it comes.
Not gonna lie, I'm not impressed with this first puzzle.
Try moving the slider.
Oh my god. It's seventh guest all over again.
Try adjusting the amplitude. The left dial seems well adjusted. Try adjusting the phase. Try moving the slider to select a different signal.
Oh my god.
Turn the amplitude dial. More amplitude. The amplitude is wrong.
But he wanted more amplitude.
The amplitude is wrong.
Oh my god.
The volume sounds pretty good. Try adjusting the frequency. Frequency's pretty close now. Adjust the phase dial. Keep moving it to the right. It needs to move left. More to the right.
What?
Keep moving it to the right.
What?
Try selecting a different signal.
Oh my god. This is...
Try the dial on the right. Try moving it right. It's not at the right position. The right dial is well adjusted. Try the amplitude. That's the leftmost dial. Try turning down the amplitude.
This is not good.
Try moving the slider to select a different signal. Try the center dial.
Uh-huh.
Try moving the slider. Try adjusting the frequency.
I just
More
need...
frequency.
I don't need more frequency. I just need to move the whole thing to the left a little
The
bit.
speed's not good. Oh, no, too much. The frequency's not right. No, that's the phase dial. Slower. No, that's the amplitude dial.
Oh my god. I don't like this puzzle, you
The
guys.
amplitude's pretty close now.
If this is what they meant by
The frequency's not right.
interacting with NPCs, then we're off to a bad start here.
Less frequency. The speed's not good. Try selecting a different signal.
Oh my god.
Oh, that dial was okay. Turn it back.
What?
Try moving the slider to select a different signal. Now adjust the center dial. Try moving the slider.
I think that's fine. I just need to...
Try the center dial. Too big of an adjustment, I think.
Oh my god.
Try selecting a different signal.
Atris.
Try moving the slider to select
Holy
a different
shit.
signal.
This is bad.
Try the frequency. That's the center dial.
Bro.
Faster.
Like this.
The speed's not good. No, not the phase. Faster. Okay, we'll work on the phase instead.
Which
Phase is pretty close now. Try adjusting the frequency. Decrease the frequency. More frequency.
This looks great. Bro.
Faster.
Like around here, the image starts to wobble a
Frequency's
little
not
bit.
right. Decrease the frequency. Try moving the slider.
Oh my god.
Try the frequency. That's the center.
This. Oh
Try
my.
the center dial.
Oh my god, bro. There we go.
The frequency's not right. Try slowing down the frequency.
There we go. What?
The frequency seems fine. Try adjusting the phase. Keep moving it to the left.
There. How is
Got it.
that not?
Don't change a thing. I'll just lock it in here.
All right. This is
Ah, got it. Well done, my friend.
not a good start.
Be able to hear both prison ages now. So let's begin, shall we? What in the name? Oh, what a mess.
I agree.
The image modulator short-circuited wires are completely fused. Well, the viewer itself seems okay. So maybe if I link to rhyme. All right. Slight change in plans, my friend.
Hey,
Explosion
GGO.
must have shut down the main power supply and damaged the viewer's external image modulator. There's another one on rhyme, so I'm gonna link there and retrieve it. Oh, I'll have to stop at the cleft for some tools first. Why don't you get full power restored while I'm gone? Go to the water wheel control room. Close both emergency release gates, then come back here and use the crystal viewer to contact me. The crystal combination to see rhyme is in my journal.
Okay. Okay. Where's your journal?
Oh, you'll have to turn on the roof antenna before the viewer will work. Keep an eye on Yisha, will you? I'll be back.
Okay. So water wheel. Beatrice, hurry up. I need to write this down. All right. Water wheel, 2 gates, crystal viewer, rhyme combo in journal. And then Yisha. Yisha. Okay. I think that was everything he told me to do. What is it? Okay, so that's a quick way to go through stuff. Okay, sure. All right, step 1. We're looking for the journal, I guess. Okay. So he pointed over here for the journal. So I already checked this. His journal is not in there. So got some crystals in here. Oh boy, hopefully the second puzzle is better than that first one, because that first one was sure something. Okay, so I can't open up any of those. Can't do anything with that. Got some books up here. We can tap on these books, but we sure can't read them. Alright, can I go over here? Can I... That looks like a book right here, but I can't go over there apparently. Is this the journal? Oh my god. I was surprised by how good it feels to return home after one of my journeys. In the day, heat shimmers off the cliffs, bathing me in an unexpected warmth. At night, gentle breeze stir the lake, and I often hear Catherine singing to Yisha. Okay, Yisha's the daughter then. The sound of their voices fills me with such joy. I found myself wondering why I ever left. Perhaps I am more aware of this tonight, having spent so much time alone in Rhyme. The trip was unavoidable. It had been weeks since I viewed Cirrus and Akinar's prison ages, and I needed to be assured of their safety. The crystal viewer did not show much, so I began considering how I might improve it. I'm now fairly certain I can achieve a tighter image if I redesign the mechanism itself. I have to go tell Catherine of the plans. I do not wish to raise her hopes prematurely. After far too brief a visit with my family, I have returned to Rhyme to conduct preliminary tests. The frigid temperatures in this age are vital to the crystals to function, yet I find it increasingly difficult to work in the cold. Perhaps I can find a way to simulate extreme temperatures inside the viewer itself so that I can install it in Tomana when ready. Okay. Alright. Whoop. Wrong one. I want the camera. Alright, take a picture of that. Okay. Tonight I set aside experimentation for a few hours to watch the lights illuminate Rhyme's sky. Their beauty is not dim since I first saw them. I could not fully enjoy the show, however, for it put me in mind of Cirrus and Akinar, and the months we spent here constructing the towers. Soon, what had been a happy memory for me was mired in regret. I doubt I will never know what caused my sons to become so greedy. I only know that when they looked at the ages described in the library, fantastic worlds one could travel to easily simply by touching a book's linking panel, they saw only dreams of wealth and power. They devised a plan, an evil plan. When my back was turned, they linked to my ages, plundered and destroyed them. I know Cirrus and Akinar must pay a price for these crimes, yet it brings me no joy to picture them stranded on the two uninhabited ages I wrote to protect my library from thieves. I only hope that my sons will someday reject their wicked yearnings and find it in their hearts to reform. After experimenting with several liquid gases, I have found a pressure variable that should allow the crystal viewer to function in Tomana. Tomorrow I linked Relishon to enlist help from the Guild of Machinus. Catherine was unusually subdued when I showed her the new blueprints. She trusts that the viewer will work, but wishes we could visit our sons in person. I would like that as well, but until I am convinced of remorse, I cannot risk their escaping. I was fairly certain the evaporator coils would work, and indeed, I was able to achieve a blurry image of Spire within the new viewer's blank book. Unfortunately, a more powerful suppressor is needed to stabilize the image. Guildmaster Andritus suggested that I install several geodes inside the roof of my observatory, then use an antenna to focus them. This should amplify the clean frequency enough that the crystal viewer can work. Okay. So that must be the geode, and that must be the antenna. Alright, let's take a picture of this. Probably not needed, but sure. Success. Not only was I able to view both Spire and Haven, but I also saw my laboratory in Rhyme quite clearly. The crystal code for Rhyme was difficult to remember, having not had much reason to use it previously. I must make a full list of codes soon, but for now I will keep Rhymes close at hand. So there we go. There's our crystal code. I always knew my sons had great potential, but today I saw something that truly amazed me. Cirrus is harnessing electricity. At least that's what I assume, for the viewer caught a brief glimpse of something I had never seen before in his age. It had to be a man-made construction. Alright, and before I forget... this is Rhyme code, which is R... R, light blue, yellow, green, dark blue. Sure. Okay. A burst of interference destabilized the image before I could study the device properly, but its existence offers proof that at least one of my sons is making the most of his confinement, rather than wallowing in despair. The interference effect is curious. It's disrupted my viewing of ages on more than one occasion. Although I first assumed it to be a problem with the geodes, I now believe it to be subsonic in origin. I think the roof antenna is picking up wave fluctuations emitted by one or more ages. If this is true, I might be able to use the fluctuations to hear what's occurring in an age. I shall have to think of this carefully. It's been an exciting 2 weeks, Catherine. Yisha and I have just returned from Rilishan, where I spent most of my time in conversations with various guildmasters. I am now convinced that the shape and color of the crystals gives them individual resonance signatures. By combining the resonances of 5 crystals together, I can discover a global pattern of emissions, a sound signature, as it were, that is unique to the age being viewed. Guildmaster Andridas assisted me in drawing up plans for a filtration panel that will enable the antenna to hone in on whatever wave fluctuations I want. I truly will be able to listen in on any age. So that was the machine that we messed with at the start. Tomorrow I begin building the panel. I've decided to use Rhyme as its preset configuration, since that is the age which first enabled me to construct a crystal viewer. The panel's finished. I'm too tired to test it tonight. Catherine tried to hide it, but the sounds we heard coming from Akinar's prison age nearly brought her to tears. Once again, I had to reassure her of his safety. My words eventually convinced her, but I know she longs for more substantive proof. I fear she may take matters into her own hands soon, I must confess. I, too, long for more information than the viewer is currently providing. Tomorrow I shall link to Rhyme. I have an idea for an attachment, something akin to a moving eye, that will allow me to change points of view while using the crystal viewer. If it works, I may finally be able to see if my sons have reformed. Okay. So remote camera, it sounds like. Interesting. And then that's it. Alright. Cool. So I suspect that those crystal codes are randomized for each playthrough. It wouldn't surprise me. Alright, so what's all this then? So there's the depth of field effect. That kind of blurs out the foreground and the background based off of what you're looking at. Okay, neat. There's a solid over a second delay between me clicking on going somewhere and it actually doing something, which wasn't really the case in previous games. It's a little weird. Okay, so I don't know if this is the where you input the crystal code stuff. Okay. We got some sort of... Alright, let's take a picture of this. I'm sure this is important. Alright, what's the deal with all this? So these must be the displays for those remote viewer things that were described in the journal, probably. So we could have one in each age. And then there's probably some larger puzzle that's connected to for later in the game, most likely. Alright, so we got a chair here, so this is the observatory, probably. What? Oh. Okay. Interesting. Okay, what if I press the button here? So I'm guessing this thing is just not powered. That's why it's not doing anything. Okay. So Atris told me to... I have to go to the water wheel. I have to open 2 emergency gates, and then I'll worry about the crystal viewer. Okay. So the water wheel would have to be down on the water somewhere. It's probably the thing in the top center here. So it looks like I need to go outside somehow and get over to there. Okay. So I don't know if this is just an observation platform or if this gets me anywhere. Like just looking around, I don't see a water wheel. I see the water's moving from this direction, from top of the screen to the bottom of the screen. So it could be this right here, or it could be up here for a waterfall. But whatever it is, it's not here. So, is this a thing? Okay. It's actually kind of hard to see interactive points in this. Like this, I didn't even notice until I looked over at it. Okay. So that brings us to a midpoint here. And then if we go all the way to the bottom, can we? Okay, that opens the door. I don't know why there's 3 options. That's weird. Why are there 3 options for that if you can't go all the way down? Strange. Okay. So just looking at this, things are so much more vibrant and in motion compared to Myst 3. This feels a lot more like a living world. And some of this stuff is polygonal, like these leaves. I can tell that those are 3D. That's just a leaf. The birds aren't, but the leaves are. So the leaves in the hand so far are all 3D. I still don't see a water wheel. And it feels like a good place for a water wheel would be underneath this. Oh, there we go. There's our lens flare. So Myst 3 did not have lens flare, but this one absolutely does. Look at that. Beautiful. Now we're video gaming. Okay. It also feels like there's less intermediate screens for some of these. Like Riven and Exile would have been like 5 screen transitions on just this part here. But this one, it seems they took out a lot of that. Which, yeah. Alright, cool. It makes ripples where you click. Nice. Okay. So far, the overall production and graphics and all that, pretty great. The puzzles, however, I am less impressed with. But maybe they'll improve later in the game.
Hey, come here. You gotta see this.
Okay, that's Isha. Alright, there's Burb. Okay. Alright, let's go talk to Yisha. It's one of the things Atris told us to do.
Don't worry, he'll come back. It's his favorite sleeping spot. My necklace showed it to me. Got it 2 weeks ago on an age called Serenia. Shows me all kinds of stuff. You think that's strange that my necklace shows me things?
Yes.
Dad does.
Yeah.
He says a lot of things I've seen on Serenia aren't real. My brothers believe me, though.
What? Your brothers are in book jail. What? Yisha? Hey. Let's have a chat. How are you talking to your brothers? Oh, okay, we can't talk to her. Alright. So this is probably the way to the water wheel. Oh, I also just noticed that it makes footstep sounds when you're turning. So it is modeling as if you're an actual person in this and not just a floating ghost like in the other three. Okay. The music for this part reminds me of Torrens Passage randomly. The first age or the first world in Torrens Passage. Okay, so this is likely our power generator. So Atris told us that there were 2 emergency things that we had to open. I have to press this. Is that a button? Okay. Is this something? Okay, what if I pull this again? I can't. Well, I did something. Whatever that accomplished, I don't know or see, other than making this not orange. Alright. Very cool. Okay, so that's the way back to Yisha. That's where we just were. So, this way. Okay. So there's a room in a building that I passed by that I didn't go into, and it looked like it had a journal on a desk. But I'll have to check that out when I come back. We must be united in this. Can you find it in your heart to listen and forgive? For I cannot be strong in this alone. Alright. Those symbols might be important, but alright. I can't interact with that. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. 2 lamps, fireplace, enter inside, turn on both lamps. No, turn one of the lamps off to reset the code readout after having achieved correct code combination. So this is pretty much the end game puzzle of Myst 1. You had to go inside the fireplace in the library, and then there was a big grid that you had to put in a series of things into in order to get to the end game of Myst 1. So it looks like it's that exact same puzzle again, except here. So I'm assuming that and that are the lamps. Okay. I have a feeling power is still off, so maybe this doesn't do anything until the power's on. Okay, Atris, Catherine, and the 2 boys. So it won't let me interact with this painting at all other than tapping on it. Okay. Well, let me go in here. So we can go in the fireplace, but we can't... Oh, here we go. So like right here was where the puzzle was in Myst 1 to beat the game. So those are the laser emitters. And then here's where you put in the code. I guess that's neat that they brought that puzzle back from the first game. And it's very nice that they give you an in-game mechanism to take pictures of puzzle solutions for stuff like that. Otherwise, that would be a big ask. You'd have to get out the graph paper. Okay. So that's back where I came. It's kind of hard to keep my bearings here of like where I've been, where I haven't been, because it looks like there was more to this. Like, is there something over here? Can I go down here? So that's the most I can interact with that. So I likely can't do anything here until I turn on the power. I have a feeling it's a similar deal with this. Yeah, so I can't do anything with that. Okay. Well, that's where I came from. Yeah, it's not clear like when I click where it takes me, which is kind of annoying. It almost feels like these games would benefit from like an overhead map or something. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I played the other games, the earlier games recently, and those had more intermediate steps between going places. That it's throwing me off in this one that they don't do that. Alright, so I still don't know what's up with this area other than turning off the thing. Okay, so I guess we're going back in here then. Maybe I can talk to Yisha now. Yisha, where'd you go? Okay. So the lizard was there on that railing. It is not there anymore. I don't think that may or may not be a puzzle solution at some point. I don't know. Okay, it's been a little bit since I've saved, so let's do that in case. Oh, there's auto saves as well. Okay. Okay, pressing enter does not save. Great. There she is. All right. Yisha, tell me about your necklace thing.
Let me guess. Dad blew the power again, didn't he? He does that a lot. Mom made him install an extra power box in here just in case. Oh no! His box is supposed to make sure certain things always work in the house. There aren't enough rows lit up correctly.
What?
Only a green light on top of a filled row means something's getting power.
Green light, filled row. Okay.
I wonder if we can move them. Better not. Mom doesn't like me messing with electrical stuff. Come on, little guy, let's go see our friends. Hey, I never noticed that before. It's so cool. I think my beetles are making a nest.
Alright. This must be Yisha's room. And of course they keep the super dangerous electrical box inside Yisha's private room. Sure. This might be a puzzle solution. So we'll do that. Sure. It sounds like a lot of the Yisha puzzles are going to be living thing puzzles. Okay, this might also be a thing. Sure. Alright, let's mess with the power box and hopefully not get electrocuted.
Oh wow. I'll have to show this to Dad soon as he gets home. He loves this kind of stuff.
Alright, bye. I wish she would hang around and help me with these puzzles, but can't do that. Gotta go look at beetles somewhere else. So she said lit row. Green light at the top of a lit row. These are columns. I don't know if that's on purpose. Or if she meant row or meant column, but these are clearly columns with green lights at the top of them. Alright, what does this do? Okay. Alright. So this doesn't appear to be doing anything. Okay, so that button corresponding to that. Is there any... Okay, so by doing that and then that, so that does something. So it looks like I want to transfer power Okay, so if I have that selected in this one, I have a feeling we're going to take away one from this and put one here when I pull on this. Or it just didn't do anything. Okay. It... Not gonna lie, I'm not impressed with the puzzles in this game so far. Like, most of these are just complete nonsense. Like, why did it do that? So I don't know if that's a reset or if that is what's doing stuff. Okay, there we go. So that's a reset. Okay, so that resets thing. Okay. Okay. So that so this is a moving water between glasses puzzle is what this is. Okay. Okay. Here. So that'll give us 6. So a really tedious moving water between glasses puzzle. So this one needs 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that needs 9. Oh boy. So that needs 6. So 9, 6, 5, 5, 6, 3. Oh my god. And each time you miss the little hotspot that you need to press, it just wastes a bunch of time. Okay, so that powered up the thing behind me. So I know this thing has power now. Okay. So if it's orange, that means it has power. Okay, but to what purpose? But why though? So think I'm trying to think back to any other symbols that I saw. So that is the power symbol in Isha Biolab. Okay. And actually I should take a picture of the symbols in this so I can keep track of these. Actually, I want to light them up. So that down. This, that. Okay. So did I take a picture of... I did not. Okay. Alright, so now we're kind of on the lookout for... What the hell is this? Okay, sure. So now we're on the lookout for those power symbols. Okay, I can't go in there. So I probably have to catch that lizard and put it into here. Oh, or we just free the beetles. Sorry, Yisha. You shouldn't have left me unsupervised. So what that did, I have no idea. Okay, so we got beetles all over the air in here now. So my original thought for this puzzle was you needed to have them all be green at the top of the columns, not rows. But there aren't enough power units to do that. So, but the other problem is I don't know what this accomplished by powering up this for the flower growing stuff. What that did, I have no idea. Okay, so there was some mechanical stuff over here, but I don't know if I saw any symbols on them. So over here was there's the two things that were glowing orange on here. Oh, okay. So that's the those two symbols. Okay, that's probably the thing that opens up the emergency power. Okay, so I need to light up both of those two back at the power breaker puzzle. Okay. So those were lit up before. But maybe by me pressing on the button, that caused the circuit breaker to flip. And now I need to fix it. That's probably what that is. Okay, so we need to get green lights on these two right here. So these need five units in each. So I can take these two and fill up one of these. Which I'll go ahead and do. So there's that. And then we need to get 5 to put into the other one. So we can get 4 in there, 4 in there. So that won't quite work. So I need to transfer... So that'll give me 2. Two left over. Okay, we'll put one more into here. So that'll give me 3. And then put that 3 into here. Put this into here. These into here. Give me 1. That there. This here. And then these here. Okay. And then they blink. Okay. Sure. Another puzzle solved, probably. Okay. So fairly standard logic puzzle. But that was considerably less annoying than the first puzzle. And it's going to play that birds every single time, it looks like. So this I still can't pull on, so what does the button do? Okay, so that unlocked... Okay, that's the water wheel. Okay, that makes sense now. That is a water wheel. Alright. Okay. And then pulling on this probably stopped. Oh, okay. Okay. So now the whole facility has power. There's Yisha. Whoop, did I do that? Uh-oh. This seems bad. Am I dead? Whoa. All right. Is this because I released the Beatles? Is this all my fault? So I don't see the little lizard. Okay, let's see if I can go inside this door. Alright, still can't go in there. Those beetles are still long gone. Okay. Man, I really don't like this delay between scene transitions. Like here, there is when I click. Like it really takes a long time. Okay, I guess I'm going. So that's okay. Sure, let's take a photo of that just in case I need that. So can I go down to the bottom now? I can. Why wouldn't this let me do this before? Okay, so this takes me over to the thing on the other side that I couldn't get to before. Yeah, over here, and then there's a little... There was this. Okay. I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing this right now, but it's letting me, so... So I will, I guess. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to go back up to the observatory. Oh, great. Oh, great. Okay. So we got ourselves a custom alphabet, huh? Oh, boy. Okay, so there's only one page. Can I move this quill so I can translate this? Oh my god. Alright, perhaps this will be important later. Some good old translation puzzles, huh? Alright. Sirius looking like... What's his face from the prequels? Senator Organa. Jimmy Smits. Alright, do we have a chess puzzle here? Can I move these around? No. Okay. Thank God, no chess puzzle. At least so far, you never know. Okay. This all still feels like an intro sequence that, like, we're not even close to beginning the actual game yet. But the intro sequence in Myst 3 Exile was like 3 minutes long. And Riven didn't have one. It just kind of dumped you in. And same for Myst. Alright. Cool puzzle. Ugh, sorry about that. I forgot where my mic mute button was on my thing here. There it is. Alright. Okay. So that also has power. Surely there's a reason for that later. Check something here. Okay. So I guess we're still looking for Atris or Yisha. Okay, so I guess we're just going down here. This is where Atris puts on his robe and wizard hat. Here's the robe. Where's the wizard hat? Got another chess puzzle. We got a foosball puzzle here. Or is this a labyrinth machine? Or it's lucky hit. Okay, it's just labyrinth. Okay, sure. Usually that's foreshadowing a later puzzle. Okay. Can I open the drawers? No. Okay. So this big empty space in the bottom of the screen here seems to suggest that there might be a decent sized inventory in this. And inventory really wasn't a thing for most of the previous games. Or they're just using all that empty space for these two icons, and there was no good reason for them to do that. I don't see the reason for this close-up here. Sure. No, I want to click on this door, not... Okay. Apparently that's not a door. Alright. So what is this aquarium thing? Okay. So because power is being applied to this, it's adding oxygen to the fish tank. I'll take a picture of this just in case. I want to get that yellow fish into the picture though. Okay, there we go. Perhaps this will be important for something. Okay, and I can't inspect the little doll thing. Okay. So I think that's it for this little area then. Can't go that way. Can't go that way. So if I move this, what does this accomplish other than just stranding me here? Can I go anywhere else? It looks like there's something over there. But all this seems to do is just strand you here. Okay. Alright, so I guess I'm heading back up to the observatory then. Because Atris told us to activate the water wheel, talk to Yisha, the little girl, which we did, and then there's something about the crystal code to rhyme in his journal, and we found that. I'm gonna go check what's inside this building again after that earthquake, just in case that did something here. It did do something. Okay, so this activated the laser projector in here. Oh, that's Yisha's pendant. Okay. Interesting. Alright, let's take a picture of that then. So what's the deal with the pendant? If I press the button then... Ah, okay. I want to picture this. Okay, so I probably just have to press in on the tiles that were marked like that. I can get rid of this one. Don't need that one. I don't need this one either. This. So what is laser 1, laser 2, lamp 1, lamp 2. Note, turn one of the lamps off to reset the code after having achieved correct code combination. Okay. Oh. Oh. Oh, it's one of these puzzles, huh? Oh. Oh, boy. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna go look around some more before fucking around with that, because just in case I don't actually need to do that. Okay, that looked like a lever that you could pull, but nope. Because I'm gonna be there a while if I have to do that puzzle. So just in case. Just in case. Is that a piece of... what is this? The ending has not yet been written, Tomana. And this is blinking. What's the deal with this?
Thank you, my love.
For what?
For everything. For this. And for showing me again and again that no matter how many mistakes we've made, the ending has not yet been written.
Huh. Okay. I think this is a cool mechanic with the pendant showing you stuff that happened in the recent past. Okay, so I'm going to take this up to the observatory if I can. Where's the... this. Just in case. I suspect that the next puzzle I have to do is the projector thing. But just in case, before I go into square puzzle hell, I want to see if there's anything else. Because I had enough trouble with that kind of puzzle in the end of Seventh Guest, and that had 9 pieces that you could press on, and this has like 50. So I'm not looking forward to doing that puzzle, especially because it looks like you have to do that puzzle multiple times as well. Alright. Anything different here? So this thing is no longer smoking. So is this... Oh, God.
Don't you see, Catherine? The new design means we won't have to go to Rhyme anymore. We'll be able to view our son's ages from right here.
Okay. So I can move that. Pressing that doesn't do anything. So it feels like this is still not powered right now. So we have a crystal combination in my journal, but it feels like I'm missing something before I can even start to input that combination. And I don't see... So like that clearly has power. I don't see one of those symbols on this thing that was on that circuit breaker before. This is on now. Okay, all 3 of those are on now. So do I recognize any of these areas? So I recognize all 3 of these areas. Oh, this.
I will not risk having our home broken into again.
But cameras, my love? I'll feel so scrutinized.
I'll only place them in the most likely entry points. You'll forget they're even there. I promise.
Okay. So after the events of Myst 3, Atris figured out home security is a thing. Alright. Sure. Okay, can I do anything with this thing now? Doesn't look like it. So does this button do something now? No. Oh boy. So this thing might be the puzzle. Or the fireplace might be the puzzle. Let me go over here. There might be a pendant cutscene here. Nope. Okay, what about back here? So that's clearly not on. I don't see anything different over here. So let's go back out through this door. See if anything's different out here. Okay, so there's this symbol.
This part's really, really cool if you're not afraid of tight spaces. Dad and me aren't, but sometimes Mom has to close her eyes when I'm driving. I think she's not home right now, because I never could have picked you up by myself if she were. Hey, is that a new image recorder you've got? How cool!
How
And you
cool.
know, I know the perfect spot to use it. Hang on.
Hey, remember this? This was an hour and 25 minutes ago. But we're seeing it from the player's perspective for some reason. But why are they showing this again? Right, that's where I didn't do the tutorial, because it wouldn't let me click in time. Okay, so that's that thing. Let me actually make a note of where that is. Transport platform outside observatory. Sure. Okay. Why this symbol is there, I don't know. So that opens that door. That must be the security camera. Okay. So I already messed with that. So what else? Okay, water wheel, 2 gates, we did that. Crystal viewer to rhyme combos and journal, find Yusha. Okay. So that's the rhyme code. Red, light blue, yellow, green, dark blue. So I guess I could try putting that into this thing, though this thing didn't seem to be functional. So red, light blue. I don't know what, if doing that does anything. Yellow. Green. Dark blue. Like it just feels like this machine is not activated. And I don't see anything else to interact with that would turn it on. Okay. Well, shit. And it's not this, huh? I can't walk behind it? Nope. Okay. Well, it seems like the only puzzle left then is that the library. Or the fireplace. Hey, Jeff. Okay, I think that's a good place to stop here for today. My back is killing me. So far, this certainly looks better than the previous Myst games, but I'm not impressed with the exploration and puzzles so far. I do like that they put in the in-game camera system and note system, but underwhelmed by most everything else so far. Hopefully it picks up in later ones, but we will see in part 2 how that goes. So yeah, hopefully it improves later on, but you never know. See, you hardly ever hear people mention of like, oh, Myst 4, my favorite Myst, and so far I can kind of see why. All right, but as always, thank you for watching. I will see y'all next time. Take care.